So now I'm going to go to step 8, and I'm going to open Pick Collage. When I open this collage, it keeps asking you all these questions. No, I don't want to do that. You're going to be on a blank screen. So mine looks here, and I'm going to, whoops. Here's what yours will look like. So it says that you are going to choose freestyle and make sure that it looks rectangular and it's not a square. Sometimes it shows up as a square. We want ours to be rectangular. So you're going to choose background, and here's where you can tell if it's rectangular or a square. And I'm going to choose the black background. See how I just tapped it? And then I'm going to hit check. Now I am on step 9, and I have a black background, and I want to press the plus sign, and I'll see options there. And one of the options is, let's move this so you can see it better, photos. So the first option is photos, and there are a whole bunch of photos. I'm going to choose the project that I just did. I'm going to tap it so it's highlighted, and I'm going to press 1, and there it is. So now I am on step number 10, and I'm going to zoom this, and I do want it to be horizontal. So I'm going to zoom it so that it looks like that. Again, I want to make sure that watermark is going to show up right there, so I'm going to go up a little bit so that I have a little room to work with. I don't mind cropping my head off. I kind of like that. And I want to make sure it's clean on this side, so I'll slide that over a little bit. There. That looks nice. So I've got a nice big black area to add my quote. My face looks crisp and clean, and I have a little room at the bottom where when I crop this later, the watermark will not show. So I am on step 11, and step 11 says to press the plus. So I'm going to press this plus sign, and it's going to give me some options. This time my option is going to be to add text. You have to turn the iPad to do this step, which is not a big deal. And what you're going to do is you're going to write your artist statement. If you noticed, you could choose any kind of texts. So say my artist statement is going to be hello. Look at it, wrote hello up there. If you have a different color pressed, like maybe it started off with black, you might think it's not working because the hello might be showing here. So you have to go to the text, that's the color of the text, and you have to choose white. This fill thing is basically the color around the text, so you do not want a fill. And then the text itself is any font you want. So if you look at the different fonts, you can see how the hello is changing. Please use something that's legible. Even if you like script, the King Basil's okay, but some of these are really difficult to read. So make sure that you choose a font that you like and that is legible. I'll choose, let's see how this one looks. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to write your artist statement right there. And you need to check your spelling, make sure it is correct. This is where you will go back to your paper that you filled out a couple weeks ago with your artist statement that was already approved. Don't try to write something new. So I'm going to go back, look at my paper, and I'm going to type in my artist statement. Okay, so I typed in my artist statement. I did use a capital. I did not use a period just because I didn't think it was necessary. If you write 2 sentences, then maybe you should have a period. If you look at, I edited yours and I corrected it and signed it with the red Sharpie, so whatever we had on there is what you should use. So here I wrote my artist statement and I hit check. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the iPad and I'm going to use with 2 fingers my artist statement and set it out so it looks good. It's kind of hard to read, so I'm going to double tap it and I'm going to change the font to something that makes more, it's just a little easier to read. I think I'll use this one. So I'm going to hit check. And then mine says, art is a celebration of the beauty inside of people. I actually changed it because that sounds better. So it's kind of blocking my head. I think I'll move it over a little. If I want to play with it, I can shrink it. I can stretch it. I don't think it should necessarily cover my face. If I shrink it down, then I can make it taller and longer. I'm going to tap it like that. I like the way it looks. Again, if I'm not wild about the font, I could change the font. That font's kind of cute, and it's kind of sweet and softer. I think I'm going to use that font, and it is legible. So I like mine. I think I'm good. I'm going to save it. Again, here we see that similar icon that was a piece of paper sending it somewhere. Well, here's my piece of paper, and I'm going to send it somewhere, and I'm going to send it to my photo library. So I tap the arrow, and it gives me all these options, and I'm going to hit Save to Library. See the check? It's saved to the library. So you can hit check, and you can close this app out. Okay, we're almost done. So now I am on step 13, and I'm going to find photos. So here's my photos, and I'm going to go to the camera roll. And the last thing I did should be that photo, and there it is. Well, right now it doesn't look so perfect, so I need to fix it. So this is how you edit it, these 3 lines with the circles in it. Tap it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the cropping tool because that will allow me to flip it. So I'm going to flip it so it is upright. I'm also going to use that cropping tool to just crop off the bottom and hit done. And now it looks nice. You didn't see the watermark on my iPad, but it would have said Pic Collage. It will be on yours because I paid $1.99 to have the icon, the watermark taken away, and you're not going to have to worry about that. But we did crop it off, and it's okay because I left all that space. So here I am done, and my image is saved, and it looks the way I want it to, and now I need to send it to Mrs. Petrino. So here's that little familiar icon again, sending a piece of paper somewhere. It's checked, and I have options. You'll notice AirDrop will show up, and if I was in class with you, then you could just AirDrop it to me, which is fine. But it doesn't show up. It's not going to work if I'm not nearby. So you're going to iMessage it to my iPad. What you do is tap iMessage, and this should come up. And then if you look at the bottom of this paper, my iMessage is right there, jackiespetrino@gmail.com. So if you start typing in my name, it'll come. Well, it won't come up because you've never done this before. But when it's ready, you just hit send. If you want to write something to me, you can say, how do you like it? Or do you want me to fix something? You could send me a message, whatever. I should know it's you because I should be able to recognize your face. That is part of the requirements. And then you're going to hit send. And you sent it. And you are done with step 13. If you happen to catch me where I'm sitting by my iPad, I'll hear it ding. So there's the app because I sent it to myself. I'm going to check it and I'm going to reply back to you. So I'm going to go to my iMessaging. And I will see, and I'll say, that looks great. Go back to maybe step 8 or 9 or whatever, and change the spelling you spelled inside wrong or something like that. And then I can help you out. That's it. Once it's done and finished, I'll print it and hang it up. If you are unclear of the expectations, you can always look at the rubric, which clearly states what an O looks like, or at the bottom of this checklist that you're looking at every single day, the finished artwork is a clear photo of you with edges intact. Check. You created an interesting composition with the size and placement of your face. Check. See how I had my face tilted a little bit? That looks a little bit more interesting than just straight on. I also have my head and shoulders going off the page, which is interesting. Your artist statement is legible and has no spelling errors. Check. So, good luck, and I hope you enjoy this project.